Getting started with today's webinar on electronic speakers, we're going to be looking at Bluetooth, USB, and speaker systems today. So firstly, what are electronic speakers? Speakers are used to project sound from a device to improve the sound quality and make it louder. They can be used to play music, radio, and podcasts if you want it to be louder or have multiple people listening simultaneously. They can also be used to project the audio of a TV show or movie. You can find speakers that are compatible with all kinds of devices, like mobile devices like iPhones, tablets, and Androids, computers, and televisions. So, what are some of the different types of speakers? There are many different types of speakers that are used for different purposes. The most common would be Bluetooth speakers, which are wireless, USB and auxiliary speakers, which are wired, and Wi Fi speaker systems, which work on your home network and are great for spreading sound throughout your household. There are different brands and options for each of these speakers that are useful for different purposes. Now, in this presentation, we'll be going over a few of them, starting with Bluetooth speakers. Now, what are Bluetooth speakers? Bluetooth speakers are small, portable speakers that are wirelessly connected to a device to project the sound. They don't need to be plugged into an outlet while being used. However, they need to be charged like cell phones and are very portable. All that needs to be done to use them is to pair them with your device and you'll be connected to the speaker. Now, to do that, just make sure that your speaker is charged up and turned on, as is your phone. Then navigate to the settings app of your phone. Then from there, ensure that Bluetooth is turned on by flipping the little switch beside the Bluetooth button. And from there, just simply select the name of your speaker. For example, if I have a Bose SoundSport wireless speaker, I would look for that name on the list that appears under Bluetooth, click on it, and once they're both turned on and you click on that button, they'll be connected. We also have a past webinar on Bluetooth technology that can help you out further with this process. Now, looking at the benefits of Bluetooth speakers. There are many different brands and types of Bluetooth speakers that all have their own advantages. When looking to buy a Bluetooth speaker, it's important to consider what features you want your speaker to have and choose an option that will fit your needs. So some of the features of Bluetooth speakers are that they're portable and wireless. Many of them are waterproof, many are drop-proof, many are dust-proof, and some can also connect to more than one devices at a time, so many people can play music. But these ones do tend to be more expensive and also larger because they need more components for this functionality. Those are some of the pros of Bluetooth speakers, but some of the cons from my personal experience would be that if you're looking to use it for more advanced things like listening to music or creating music or have a more seamless experience, they wouldn't be the best idea because, for example, when you connect a speaker to your computer and you play music, there's going to be a certain delay. So once, like if I'm playing a song on my computer and I press play, there's going to be usually under 1 second delay between me pressing play and the sound coming through the speaker. So that's just something to consider for yourself, but usually that's not a problem for most people. Now, looking at some of the different Bluetooth speakers, we're going to start with the Ultimate Ears brand. It's a brand that has many different options for Bluetooth speakers. If you look at the top of my screen here, you can see the different models from biggest to smallest and most expensive to most affordable. So firstly, the Hyper Boom, then the Mega Blast, the Blast, the Mega Boom 3, the Boom 3, and the Wonder Boom 2. Ultimate Ears is a brand that has many different options for Bluetooth speakers. Their speakers have 360-degree sound. They come in many different sizes and colors and are water, drop, and dust proof. So the Hyper Boom is the biggest and loudest speaker. The Mega Blast uses Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and has built-in Amazon Alexa. The Blast is the smaller version of the Mega Blast. The Mega Boom 3 has great sound quality and bass. The Boom 3 is a smaller version of Mega Boom 3, and the Wonder Boom 2 is the most portable speaker because it's the smallest. All of these speakers can be purchased on the Ultimate Ears website, and just for your information, all these prices that you see on my screen are in Canadian dollars. Now, looking at the different Bluetooth speakers, continuing with that, we have JBL. So JBL is another brand of speakers that are known for their quality. They have many different options and colors for speakers and have lots of small and waterproof options. So, firstly, the JBL Flip 5, the first one you see at the top left of my screen, it's waterproof with 12 hours of playtime. The JBL Go 3 is small and it's also waterproof with 5 hours of playtime. And the JBL Charge 4 is also a waterproof speaker with up to 20 hours of playtime. The JBL Clip 3 is the smallest in the line, with the waterproof thing as well, and 10 hours of playtime. And lastly, this is the one I own, the JBL Extreme 2. It has big and loud waterproof speakers with 15 hours of playtime. Now, all of these speakers can be purchased at the JBL website, and these prices are also in Canadian dollars. Now, again, looking at how to connect a Bluetooth speaker, as I was speaking about earlier, you will need to pair it to your device. So most Bluetooth speakers have a pair button, which needs to be pressed to pair it to a device. Speakers come with instructions that will show you what button you need to press. So on your device, you will need to go to Bluetooth and settings. Up at the top right here, you can see how to do that. This will show up once you open the settings app, and then simply click on the Bluetooth button. It's like a little tooth, white tooth with a blue outline. Click there. And then once you're there, press the pairing button on the speaker, and the name of the speaker should show up in other devices, or hit pair new device. Press the name of your speaker and it should pair and connect. Now, once a speaker is paired to a device, it's very easy to connect it. Most Bluetooth speakers will connect automatically to the paired device when they're turned on, but not always. If your speaker doesn't connect automatically, all you need to do is go to Bluetooth and settings, make sure that Bluetooth is on, and press the speaker name under My Devices. So as you can see, once Bluetooth is turned on, you'll at the right side of my screen on this iPhone, you'll see that under there's a My Devices section. And then you can see the name of Bluetooth devices and Bluetooth speakers. Simply tap on one of them to connect. If there's other speaker systems, you'll see them under the Other Devices tab. Now, looking at some USB and auxiliary wired speakers. Now, what are USB and aux speakers? USB and auxiliary speakers are generally older than Bluetooth speakers, but still useful in certain situations. Instead of connecting to a device wirelessly, which can take a bit more time, the speaker plugs into a device like wired headphones. They can be easier to use than Bluetooth speakers, and they can still have an excellent sound quality. I also have a set of USB speakers which I use with my computer, and it's much more convenient for me since my computer is basically always going to be in the same spot, and so are the speakers, so I don't have to constantly connect to Bluetooth and disconnect, and I can just always have it plugged in. Now, why are they useful? They're useful for a more permanent setup, as I just gave you an example of. They're great to have connected to a computer, so the sound always comes out of the speakers. And usually speakers, either if you have a desktop, they don't have any speakers at all usually, or if you're using a laptop, the speakers aren't of great quality. They are also easier to use because they need to be plugged into the device instead of being paired. They are usually cheaper than other options, but wired speakers are still used, but Bluetooth speakers are much more common now. Wired speakers can still be a good option to use, however, there's less selection nowadays. If you're looking to purchase one of these, the brand I would recommend you go with is Logitech, or also JBL still makes wired speakers. So those are two brands that I would personally recommend, and I own a set of Logitech speakers. So now different USB and AUX speakers. Most companies don't focus on making USB speakers. So going to a company's website might not be the easiest way to buy USB speakers. It can be hard to find them, but looking on general technology websites such as Best Buy or Amazon, which both have a lot of selection, will probably be the best place to find them. Now looking at some USB and auxiliary speakers from Best Buy. Firstly, we have the Tautronic soundbar, then the Logitech Z50 auxiliary speaker, and the AirPulse A1100, which is a USB aux and Bluetooth connection, with high quality sound. These are what you would call studio monitors, meaning they have great sound quality and are great for listening to music, however, aren't meant to be moved around, even though they're Bluetooth. So there are other options for speakers on Best Buy, and they can also be found easily on Amazon and other local technology stores. Now looking at some speaker systems, which come with a lot of different speakers that all work cohesively in different areas of a household. So what are speaker systems? They're more permanent system of speakers, and they're great for providing a surround sound system in a room or throughout your house. They're often connected to Wi-Fi and can be accessed from any device connected to the Wi-Fi network. They pair together easily, which creates the surround sound. Why are speaker systems useful? Speaker systems are useful to provide great sound quality throughout your house. They can be useful if you want to have music playing throughout your house. And they're also great if you want multiple people to be able to easily use the speakers because they're controlled by a device connected to the Wi-Fi. But remember, it's very important that you have a very strong Wi-Fi connection to support all these devices. Now, looking at other speaker systems, starting with Sonos. Sonos is a speaker company that makes Bluetooth speakers but focuses on speaker system. They have lots of different options for speakers for different prices, but if you really want to get into this brand, I would recommend you make a larger investment on one of their higher quality products because their cheaper products are made for that reason, for people not looking to spend a lot of money. So there's definitely going to be a sacrifice there in quality. Sonos speakers aren't Bluetooth, but they aren't like most wired speakers. They're wireless in the sense that they don't need to be plugged into your device, but they do need to be plugged into an outlet since they do use up power. You can control what plays out of these speakers through Wi-Fi, so make sure that if you have more than one Wi-Fi connection or data on your devices, make sure you're connected to the same Wi-Fi network. Otherwise, they won't work. Now, continuing with Sonos, to get the most out of this system, it's best to have multiple speakers. That way you can have music playing throughout your house. Sonos has a wide variety of speakers that can be paired together. Their speakers range in size, quality, price, and some of them have built-in Amazon Alexa or Google Assistant. When speakers are paired in the same room, they work together to create a more detailed and surround sound. Now looking at different Sonos speakers, we have the Sonos One at the top left of my screen with built-in Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant for any voice commands that you would like to use. The Sonos One SL, which is the same as the Sonos One, however, without Amazon Alexa or Google Assistant. And then next, the Sonos 5, which is a high quality speaker that pairs well with the other speakers if you want to add it onto your collection. And also, we have the Sonos Arc soundbar to connect to TVs and provide an immersive sound. And finally, the Sonos Beam, a soundbar designed for smaller TVs or computers if you have a monitor that you would like to use it with. Sonos offers other speakers, but these are some of the main speakers that are good for pairing together. Now, we'll be looking at the Sonos app. Sonos speakers can be controlled easily with their apps. Sonos S1 and Sonos are these apps. So the apps are similar, however, Sonos is newer and compatible with every speaker, and Sonos One is older and only compatible with older speakers. So if you do happen to purchase a newer set of these Sonos speakers, You don't need to worry about the Sonos S1. So the apps are free, however, and can be downloaded on iOS and Android easily. There's almost no setup required other than pairing your speakers. And that's what we'll be looking at now, how to set up these Sonos speakers. To set them up, you will need to download the app, of course. The Sonos app is better because it's compatible with all speakers, but Sonos S1 will also work for some speakers. Next, you will need to plug your speaker into an outlet and make sure it is close enough to a router so it can connect to Wi-Fi. Open the Sonos app and press Set Up a New Sonos System. Unless you're using an Ethernet cable, you will want to select Standard Setup. And to use an Ethernet cable, you would have to be again close to your router or have a long cable, which most people don't prefer because of the clutter that it creates. Now, to set up Sonos speaker, you should then be able to select available Sonos speakers in your house. The app will tell you to press certain buttons on the speaker to connect it. It may be different depending on the speaker, so follow the instructions on the app. Once you finish following the instructions on the app, the speaker will play a sound and a light will light up. Then the app will make sure you see this. Once you've done that, the speaker should connect and you'll be able to control it from the app. Now, looking at some other options for speaker systems. Polk Audio True Surround 2. This is a great home theater speaker system for $299.97 at Best Buy. The Klipsch 10-inch subwoofer with two-way tower speakers surround sound system for $2,609.95 at Best Buy is also great. And the Fluence Elite high-definition surround sound home theater with 7.1 surround sound is great home theater speaker system for $12.99 at Walmart. Again, all Canadian prices, yes. So these are definitely all brands I recommend for this surround sound and speaker systems available. All right, now continuing on with smart speakers. Now, what are smart speakers? Well, they're small voice-activated devices that connect to your internet and respond to commands. You can ask your smart speaker to play music, news, or weather reports, conduct web searches, and more. The unique thing about these is that you don't necessarily need a mobile device to use them. However, they are useful since they all come with their own app where you can access more functionality and configure them and personalize them more so. The sound quality of these may not be as loud or as clear as other single-purpose speakers, but some notable smart speakers include Google Home and Nest, my favorite, and Amazon Echo. So now I'm going to be doing a quick live demo of how to use and connect to these speakers. All right, so now for the live demo, I'm going to go to the Sonos website to show different speakers and show the price and different features available. All right. So on my screen now, you can see the Sonos website. Now, looking at some of their models, for a portable sound, we have the Roam speaker for $229. And again, these prices are Canadian. This is the Canadian site. For Sound Anywhere, we have the Move speaker for $499. And for voice control with Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa, we have the One speaker for $249. And then we have some more accessory-like speakers. For every room, the One SL. For large TVs, the ARC for $999. For smaller TVs and computer monitors, we have the Beam for $499. And for high fidelity, so somewhere that's going to be permanent, we have 5 for $599. For bold bass, the Sub for $899. For traditional stereos, the Port for $499. And for wired speakers, the Amp for $799. These are if you have existing wired speakers. Next, for our live demo, I'm going to be going to the Best Buy website to show you some of the speakers over here, all right? So if you're looking at computer speakers, this is my recommended buy for you, the one that I own. So this is going to be the Logitech Z313 channel computer speaker system for a great price of $65.99. This one also comes with a subwoofer, which is great for that deep bass sound that you may be looking for, which I really enjoy personally. It has 25 watts of power, as you can see in this description, which fills rooms with big balanced sound. All right. And one more speaker set that I'd like to show you are the Logitech Z207. So these are going to be more simple speakers. It also has stereo sound. But I want to show you this one since it also has Bluetooth capabilities if you would like to use it with another device. But these ones do always need to be plugged in. And now for some of the Bluetooth speakers. If I search for those, simply by tapping that search bar at the top of the screen. So we can see some of them that we mentioned. The one I own, the JBL Extreme 2. This one's actually currently on sale for $269.99. It's $130 off. We can see that this one has a really cool design. It's waterproof for those of you who are adventurous and want to take your speakers out in water. It's designed to provide immersive stereo quality even though it's a smaller Bluetooth speaker. And I also like that this one has that deep bass sound. I'm just going to show you one more Bluetooth speaker option, and it'll be the Bose SoundLink. This one is going to be $169.99, available in a variety of colors, as you can see. As you can see here, there you go. Now this one is compact with also a splash-proof design. It's not completely waterproof, however, and it has a charge of 8 hours per listing. But this one also has a very powerful deep bass sound. Now, finally, I'll be showing you some smart home speakers, electronic speakers here. So some of them, the one I own is the Google Nest Mini smart home speaker. It comes in a variety of different colors as well. It's $50. It's equipped with tons of features to make everyday tasks easier, and it has a decent sound quality speaker. It can also be mounted on a wall or a TV, as you can see there. And one more smart home device I'd like to show you is going to be the Amazon Echo Dot. This one also has that display clock, which is nice if you're using it as an alarm clock. It's perfect for your nightstand or on an end table for that reason. It has clear, crisp vocals and balance-based, decent sound quality. And it's great to play music, answer questions, give you the news and weather, set alarms, and much more, all at the response of your voice, which is very convenient. So that right there is going to conclude our presentation and live demo for today. I hope you found it helpful and are more interested in electronic speakers.